Welcome back, guys. It's EBA 101 Boxing, and today we have Monique Bovino. Would you like to introduce
Hey,
yourself?
how
And
are you? Yeah, no
okay,
worries. So I'm Monique, and I'm an amateur boxer from Sydney, Australia. Just starting out, and yeah.
okay. So what got you into boxing?
So I got into boxing pretty much by working in a gym. Randomly, I got a job interview in a boxing gym, and then I've always wanted to do boxing, so I sort of pushed myself into training in it, and then I fell straight into it and trained every single day, and I didn't stop.
Okay. Is there a specific weight class that you're looking at to enter once you go professional?
Yeah. So at the moment I'm 47 kilos, which is the lowest you can go for boxing. So I'll be aiming at 48. Eventually I'll have to fight people at about 51, 52, just because in Australia especially there's not many girls that do fight, and if they do they're going to be above 47, 48 kilos. So I'm going to be fighting people a lot higher than me
Okay.
in weight. Yeah.
Uh, okay, that's gonna be difficult, right? Weight is a big factor, especially in boxing. Um,
Yes.
So you were telling me before we started recording a little bit interesting fact, right? About at least in Sydney, in Australia, that there's no like promoters or like for amateurs or stuff like that. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, pretty much for amateur boxing in Australia, you just go with your coach, you organize a fight, and then you fight. There's nothing organized around that. I think it will change in the future, especially with female boxing. So I've already been approached by tons and tons of promoters and managers and all that type of thing. And I just said, I really don't need one right now. I'm just starting out. Um, so I don't know. I think it will change. I know of people who do use, who are sponsored by like big brands for amateur boxing. So, which is really weird because that's really only for professional, because they have to get paid to the fight for the fight. Amateur, we don't get paid. The highest you can go in amateur is Olympics. So other than that, you don't need any promotions or nothing,
Okay.
pretty much.
And how old are you actually?
I'm 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
So target date for you that you're looking for your first pro fight. What? Maybe 6 months, a year, maybe a year and a half. How far?
I want my first fight to be. I was gonna have it this year. I was actually planning to. I was very fit, very ready, and I was talking to my coach about competing in Golden Gloves. So in Australia, we have this thing called Golden Gloves. We travel to another state and we fight the best in your category. The people like at the people who have the most equivalent amount of fights is what you would have. So I was keen for that. So definitely now I'm going to have to push it till next year, around hopefully March next year, because after Christmas everyone's sort of eating a lot of food and not really on their weight. So I'm not going to push it too close to Christmas time either.
Okay. I did notice when I was looking at your Twitter, right? Um, I seen you a picture with the blonde bomber, right? Do
Yeah,
you know her? How do you get? How do you know her?
yeah, yeah. Me and Ebs, we train together. We're really close friends, and yeah, she's awesome. I sort of look up to her in boxing as well. So she definitely, when we spar in the ring or do training together, she definitely helps me out. Teaches me a lot of things that I never knew before, and yeah, she's awesome. She's one of the best faces in boxing in Australia for a female as well, and she also knows her stuff. So if you ask her any question about boxing, she'll definitely answer it for you. She knows every boxer that's in right now, out right now. She knows everything.
Okay. So let's go into it officially. Let's test your boxing knowledge a little bit. If
Oh
you know,
no,
yes, it's not gonna be that hard. But like, can you
that's all right.
give me one of your favorite female boxers and one of your favorite male boxers?
Yeah, no worries. So females, I would have to say Clarissa Shields. She's pretty gun. And male boxers, I love Dante Wilder. I think
Mm-hmm.
he's awesome. The top he's the top knockout percentage for heavyweights in the entire world. So I think that's pretty cool. But he has no idea how to box at all. But I think when he hits someone, he would freaking hurt someone. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think he has the eraser, basically the I call it the Thor hammer. I think they mentioned it before. Like, doesn't matter if he's losing. If he hits one right hand, and it could be over in that.
Yep,
At
a
that second.
100%. And I
And
reckon if someone has that and like they're able to use it properly is really cool. Like it's something you don't see often.
yeah, I think I'm hearing something about the boxing community or something. They're trying to make a super cruiserweight, and they want him to be the face of the cruiserweight because he is very light. He's like 210, sometimes 220, compared to
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, where he came in at 260 or something like that. Or with
Yeah, that was a massive weight difference. Massive.
yeah, even Andy Reese when he came in versus Joshua, it was like he was pushing close to 300, 280 something, 283, I think. So that would be interesting to see.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so how are you preparing right now? Just in training, how does because you don't have a set fight, so is it really strict? Is it kind of somewhat? How many days are you working out? And then for how long?
Yep.
And how does your workouts look like? What do you do during your workouts?
Yeah, so at the moment, my training, it's funny you say that because I actually got into my really intense training last week. So I am definitely training a lot harder than what I was before because I work really bad hours at the moment. I'm working through my training sessions that I would usually have when my trainer's available.
Mhm.
So at the moment, I travel like a little bit further than what I expected to do training to get that intensity back up. So at the moment, I'm doing a lot of weight training through the week, which I definitely don't like, but I probably have to do it to get a little bit stronger. And I'm training every single day, without a doubt. Yesterday, I trained twice. So yeah, like yesterday I trained twice. If that happens again, it happens again. But it's very rare for me to get into boxing as much as what I was before. When I was working at the boxing gym with my coach, I was training at least twice a day, strong intensity boxing, like non-stop boxing for a solid hour, no water breaks, nothing like that. And I really noticed a difference from now until then. I watch videos and I'm like, oh, I really wish I was back at that stage again. So hopefully after COVID, my work hours change and I'm able to do that again.
Okay. Have you had any chance to have like you said there's not many people in your weight class to have some sparring, or just you've been more like on the pads?
So no, I do. So I had a girl that was perfect for me sparring. She's obviously everyone I spar is never on my weight category. They're always a 4 kilos above, 5 kilos above, which is fine because it's actually better for me. The only problem with that is that someone who I'm going to fight at my weight division is going to be a lot quicker than that person that I'm sparring.
Hmm.
So I probably haven't practiced with that. But that girl, she had her incidents and she has quit boxing for the time being. But I'm keen for her to come back and because her and I had some awesome sparrings together. I didn't film much, so I don't really like to film my sparrings because I don't think I do as well as what I want to do. I look very messy when I spar, so I don't really like it as much. But other people tell me I'm doing really good, so I just don't like the look of my sparring yet. So I got to make myself a little bit neater. And then I got a girl right now that I'm sparring that's perfect weight for me, and it's just a time for me to get there and spar her. But it's awesome. We have really good sparrings as well.
Okay. And right now, how is the diet? I'm actually doing a series which I'm gonna be posting, I think, next week, of I'm eating like a boxer for a week. Like my first episode was Errol Spence Jr., and then right now I'm doing the Canelo Alvarez diet, which it's a little bit better than the other one. But how does your diet look like right now? Especially, like I said, it's not like you have to make weight right now, but
Yep.
do you see yourself like cutting a lot of weight because you're kind of, you said, on the smaller side, so how does that work for you?
Yeah, yeah. So I do nutrition myself. So I'm pretty good. Like my diet is always spot on. I don't really diet. Like last night, I had a block of chocolate before bed, but I'm honestly really good. Like I burn a lot of calories really quickly. So I think that's a bonus for me. My problem is sort of keeping on weight. So I always go below. So I can drop to 46 sometimes, which is, I look really bad when I do that. I just lose a lot of muscle. So a lot of my proteins and carbohydrates is a thing I aim for. So I try and meet those targets rather than get below them. So I try and eat at least 5 to 6 meals a day just to try and keep on that. So my dieting is pretty like different to other people's. I'm not trying to like lose weight. I'm trying to put on my weight.
How many calories like in a day would are you aiming for typically? It has to be just
um, at the moment, I don't know because I have changed it so many times. Um, I couldn't even tell you because I still haven't worked out what's right, what's wrong, and I still haven't worked out what's actually working for me. But at the moment, all I know is I'm aiming for a lot more proteins in a day. And I literally go to sleep. I have a bowl of oats before I go to sleep. So I can at least sleep on some carbs and grains to keep my body, because it burns overnight, because I'm doing weight training now. So your body's burning overnight consistently. So I eat that when I'm sleeping. So at least I'm building into what I'm burning.
Mhm. And that's what I noticed. At least my last interview with Orvina, she's signed with Golden Boy, I believe. That she mentioned that a lot of the female boxers don't really have to cut as much weight as the male boxers.
Yeah.
But before going into your Twitter, because I'm gonna show some clips that you posted there, right?
Yeah.
Uh, do you feel like where was I going?
I know. I hate that when you think about something and you lose it.
Yeah, so let's just go into. Oh no, there we go. I remember now. Sorry about that.
That's
Uh,
okay.
so when I was googling you, right, because I was trying to do my research, try to find out some information, try to personalize my questions to you.
Yeah.
It was very interesting because a lot of the interviews or a lot of the things that actually are popping up, it's all of it is either in Spanish, and they're talking about something about you being a model or something other career, or you've came out in some other things. Can you
Yeah.
go talk about that and explain a little bit more about your maybe potential other careers besides boxing or in the past that
Yeah.
you
Yeah, no worries. So pretty much, yeah, I've got heaps of Spanish. So my whole Instagram, I looked at it the other day, and most of it's from like Mexico, United States, USA, everything. I like all these other countries. So I got so many articles written about me in all these other languages, and I actually send them to Ebony. So I say,
Mhm.
can you please translate it for me? Because she understands every other language. And
Oh.
she's like, yeah, yeah, no worries. And I was like, thanks, dude.
Mhm.
But at the moment, so I obviously have always wanted to be in TV. Always, it's just like been a passion of mine since day one. In Australia, that's really really hard, so I sort of given up on it. But with my Instagram, so I do a lot of work for influencing for companies, so marketing, advertising for their companies. They send me products, they pay me for it, and I just post what they want me to post. And yeah, that's something I definitely do. I have done a few modeling things before I got into boxing, and at the moment, I'm just trying to work out my niche on Instagram. So what I'm trying to work towards on basing my page about. And so I think boxing is a really good avenue for that because I'm getting a lot more attention from boxing rather than a lot of the other sides I was going for. So, and I've gotten a lot of brands working with me based on boxing. So, I think that's definitely a road I'm going down. But I would love to be on TV. That is my definite dream. I've always wanted to be a singer, but I can't sing to save my life. But I don't know. I love that little like I don't know. I love that little different talent, but I couldn't do it.
probably sing way better than me though. I have no
No,
talent in that.
you would definitely probably be better than me.
Okay, so now let's go into a little bit of your clips. So let me share the screen,
Yeah, no worries.
and you'll describe something and then I'll comment on some things that I kind of noticed at
Yeah.
least. So there you are. This is your Twitter, and this is your
Yeah.
latest post, right?
Yes, that was from last night.
Okay.
Yes.
So
So that one was a while ago back. That was just before COVID hit. And I think I was definitely at my fittest. So I think I was planning my first debut fight at this time. So I'm definitely not that quick right now, but I would love to get back to that stage.
okay, that's what I was kind of noticing. And right here, you're
Yeah.
posing, of course,
Yes.
looking cheap. But right here. So when was this one?
Yes. Yes. So that was yesterday morning that was about 7:30 a.m. I took that video.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that is like I'm working more because I'm a natural southpaw. Um, so a lot of people were commenting on that, like, "Oh, do you switch and things like that?" I'm like, no, I couldn't switch. I can't throw right hand to save my life. But
Hmm.
that video was definitely something I was looking at in comparison with the other one. As I'm very much like a lot slower than what I used to be.
Okay. So this one, which one? When was this?
That was man, when was that? That was about a week and a half ago.
Okay. So yeah, I would have guessed that because I think it goes in speeds. This one's I see you the slowest. Right
Yep,
here, I feel like you're a little bit quicker. And
yep,
right here, like you mentioned, this is if this is your like where your best shape is. I
yeah,
can definitely notice the difference how you're planning your feet, the speed of your punches. Overall, it just more the I guess the timing as well, right? How
yep.
hard was that for you to come back from, like you said, the COVID situation? The gyms were closed over there too, right?
Yeah, yeah, they were closed. I got a boxing bag at home, but it's still not the same. It's definitely a massive difference, and you know what? If for a lot of people in my situation, they would have quit and not kept on going with um, planning their first fight. But I'm still eager to do it, but I'm definitely nowhere near as where I was before.
And here you said, here's the picture that we were talking about
Yeah,
winning. So how does she like learn so many languages? Because I didn't know that.
I actually don't. I don't know. I have no idea. Emma's just multi-talented. Like, if you get to know her and um, ask her about like what she's like, she actually has so many different talents I didn't even know about. She's awesome in the gym though. She's very determined. You can't really break her cycle. She's always in a straight line. She's like, oh, this is what I got to do today. If I don't do it, then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it. So I'm not gonna do it. Like she's very determined and she's awesome to speak to because I'm on that mindset as well, but nowhere near as much as her. But it's awesome because she motivates me a lot.
Yeah. And here is I'm surprised when I asked for like a favorite male boxer because I thought you were gonna go with Katsusu. And then I
Yeah,
know his son just fought and he posted this. So I know Katsusu ended up being Julio Cesar Chavez, one of my favorite boxers of all time as well, towards
yeah,
the end of his career. So I've watched him fight, and I think he would probably be the most famous Australian boxer, or who would you say? He,
yeah. No, no, definitely. I know Tim as well. I've met him quite a lot of times because my boyfriend actually spars with him, so they're sparring partners. And you know what? He's like an amazing fighter. He's a great person to talk to. He's really nice. Um, But yeah, he's Tim is definitely going to be one of the best things that come out of Australia. And he fights like I like his dad. His dad was an amazing fighter, but I think he's just got something different as well. But he hasn't pushed it out there enough yet.
yeah, so that's interesting. So I just would like to thank you for taking the time to do this interview. We're in two different time zones. I think it's 17 hours difference or something like that. So
Yep.
I know the scheduling was a little bit hard to do, but you're my first interview that I'm gonna start for the series of like Road to Becoming a Boxer.
Yep.
So I want to not only do videos on professional boxers already, the famous people, but also try to support the the up and coming boxers. So that's a goal of mine, and you're the first one. So, and I hope that in the future, when you have a fight or after a fight, you'll do another interview with me.
Yeah,
Is
of
there anything
course.
else that you would
No,
like to?
no, thank you so much. But yeah, good luck to your page as well. Like, you're really great at interviewing as well. I've worked with a lot of interviewers. You've definitely got something different, so it's great. Um, but yeah, I definitely will jump on again when I have my first fight, hopefully soon. But it's very hard in different time zones, so we've made it
Yeah.
work eventually.
Yes. So like please like and subscribe and share this video and follow her on her Instagram and Twitter and all her social media. And then hopefully we get to see her fight soon, like you said, and hopefully in March of 2021. And that's
Yes.
it, guys. Peace.
Thanks. See ya.